Hello, YouTube. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. All right, great. Well, happy Mindset Monday. Welcome, all of you dreamers and soul searchers. I appreciate you being here with me for another episode of Mindset Monday. Definitely here to help you get rid of your limiting beliefs, banish your negativity, bring love, clarity, and joy into your life. Also, what we do in the Black Moon Society, which is my Facebook community. Please feel free to join if you have not already. I'm in there all the time talking to you guys, answering questions, helping you out of your situations, and bringing any sort of clarity that I can to help you along. So today I wanted to talk about worthiness. I had a session yesterday with a client, and I feel like overall the most common theme that people are really having trouble with is they don't feel like they're good enough to get what they want. They don't feel like they're good enough at manifesting. They're not good enough to get the right partner. They're not good enough to attract the right friends. Their body isn't the way they want it to look. Their face isn't the way they want it to look. Sorry, we're not on silent. Let's put this on silent. My bad. Oh, it is. That was just my alarm. Okay. Hi, Savannah. A rough day. Lots of anxiety from me. Oh, I'm so sorry, Savannah. Okay. Why don't you leave a little bit of your anxiety of what's going on in the comments so I can kind of address that once I kind of go over the topic here. But I'm noticing this pattern with a lot of the people that I talk to, whether that's my clients, whether that's people in Facebook groups. I'm really trying to be active in the groups I'm in so that I can just get to the heart of what is going on with people and with most people. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with like something happened in your life, something happened in your past, someone told you something, you experienced something that made you feel like you weren't good enough, made you feel like you weren't powerful, it took your power away, it took your brought your self-esteem down, whatever. A lot of people are going through the repercussions of feeling inadequate in their lives. And the whole point of my channel, and especially Mindset Mondays, because I really want to help you start your week off right so that you can just keep manifesting really good stuff for yourself. But the whole point of my channel is for you to understand and harness and take ownership of your own personal power, because I know that that gets thrown around a lot. That idea is just like, yeah, you're powerful, you can manifest, whatever. But it's so much more than that. It's not just that you're powerful or that you can manifest sometimes or whatever. You are the creative force of your world. Like, you are God. You are the person that you pray to if you pray. You are the person you are asking for manifestation from. You are the person that controls and makes everything culminate in your world. It's all you 100% of the time. So anytime I hear people talking about, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I don't know how to manifest, I can't do this, I can't do that because of blah, 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 blah thing, I just want you to know, all of those things exist. All of those excuses that you're telling yourself, all of the conditions or limitations that you think are on you are 100%, always, every single one at all times, held in place by you. You are writing the story, you are living the story, you're reacting to the story that you're living, and therefore you're creating more of the story you're living. So if you want to make changes in your life, if you want to become a better version or become a different version of yourself, what you have to do is recognize that it's all you, okay? There's nobody else. There's no other power. There's no other God. There's no external force. The universe, yes, it's out there responding to you, but the universe isn't deciding whether or not you're good or bad and you should get the manifestations you want. That's not how it works. The universe does not hate you. The universe is not an asshole to you. The universe is not trying out to get you. That doesn't exist. If you think the universe is an asshole, guess what? You're the asshole, okay? And you are being an asshole to yourself. That's what's so messed up about this. It's like, it's not that you're reacting to the world, and things are coming at you, and you can't help yourself but react to them because it's hard, and like there's no money in the bank, and this person said this about me or whatever. It's like you put it all into place, which is fine. This is not about beating ourselves up or placing blame. The point of recognizing that you put it into place is so that you understand that you have the power at all moments to take these roles or these rules or the constraints you're living by, the parameters you're putting yourself in. You have the control to take that away. So once you really gain control, like clarity on the fact that there's nothing else but you. Like, I'm in my world, I'm seeing what's happening in front of me, I'm experiencing who I experience, but it's all a reflection, it's all a mirror, it's all a projection of how I feel. The world responds to me based on how I feel about myself and how I expect the world to show up in response to me and how I feel about myself. So if you want your world to be full of magic and full of awesome things and new opportunities all the time, and people are always telling you how cool you are and how beautiful you are, they want to be around you, they want you in their presence, they love your ideas, they love when you walk in the building, blah, 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 blah. All you have to do is start telling yourself that, and then stop believing when anything to the contrary happens. Sorry, I have funky hair that's bugging me. Okay. So it's all up to you. All of it, every single moment of what you experience in your life, every trial, every tribulation, every stumbling block, every insult, every compliment, every success, every perceived failure is 100% controllable and brought into your life by you. So when you're talking about, I'm not worthy, I don't feel good enough, this person's not going to like me because of this, I don't know if I'm going to get this job because so many other people are applying for it, whatever, you have just now put limitations on yourself. You have just now put yourself into a box that you might not be able to get out of because you're holding the box in place. And you believe that the box exists, therefore it does. If you believe that you can't do something because you're only 5'2", guess what? You can't do it because you're only 5'2". It's like it's backwards. Everybody's thinking about this world completely backwards. They think that things are happening because of what they're born into. They think that things happen because of the physical limitations that they have around them, surrounding them. But in reality, the world is responding to them and putting them into these limitation or limited boxes because they believe the boxes exist, if that makes sense. So you are worthy because there is no other, like, no one else could be more worthy than you in your world. Like, there literally couldn't be somebody that could do more powerful things, that could cause more change, could cause more good, can cause more bad, can cause more headache, can cause more love, can cause more growth than you, because you control all of it. You dictate how the entire world sees you, views you, shows up for you, treats you. How everything unfolds in your world is all 100% based on your expectation of how it will go. And that stems from your feelings about how good you are, how capable you are, how powerful you are, how powerless you are. That's another one. Like, you guys aren't powerless. You're the opposite of powerless. You are like a power plant of potential energy. You are God. You are the operative force. There isn't some like all-knowing God that governs. Okay, let me take that back. There probably is some sort of, there's something else out there. There's definitely some sort of bigger awareness that helps us come into fruition with what we want. It helps us facilitate exactly what we want to happen, but it's us driving the ship. We are the captains, and the ship, let's think about this. Our life is a ship. Your body is a ship. Your world is a ship you are traveling through. You are the captain of the ship, and the universe is essentially like the water that you're traveling through. Now, the water you can steer yourself towards rough waters. You can steer yourself right into the middle of a storm. You can steer yourself to shore and get the fuck off the boat and go do something else, whatever. But you have to understand that it's all your creation. Everything that you say I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, people don't want to hang out with me, this guy wants to cheat on me, all men are cheaters, all women are liars, whatever. Every single one of those is made up by you, is not true, and is 100% changeable. Each of us has, we're basically in like a video game. That's like the easiest way to really think about it. And we're all like in the same like realm somehow. I don't know how we're all intertwining, but we're each the only person that has a controller, and you're the only person that can make things happen or whatever in your world because you're the only one with a controller. So anybody that shows up in your life, anybody that comes into contact with you, anything you experience, all has to do with what you're doing with your controller, with your mind, with your expectations, with your beliefs, with how you feel about yourself. Everything you experience comes from that. So if you want to start changing what happens to you, if you want to start changing the things that you experience and experience something good, experience something exciting, bring new friends, bring a lover, bring a specific partner into your life, whatever, you can do that. And all you have to do is start changing the story you're telling. Now, it can happen overnight. It absolutely can. It can happen in an instant if you are able to shift your awareness into a new reality, basically. So we're in this mass of energy, these parallel realities that are all kind of like laid on top of each other. You can switch in and out of each one in any second because we're doing that constantly. We're going in and out of parallel realities all the time. So if you want to take control of your world, there's certain things that you want to experience, you want to have, you want to do or whatever, all you have to do is select that version of yourself that is in that reality, and then think about what that person is thinking. What is that person feeling? What does that version of you feel like? And moving yourself into those feelings will shift, and then using your imaginational mind to kind of paint that picture so that the like the copy machine of the universe can like bring that back through law of attraction. You will move into that reality. So I was talking to a client yesterday, and she was saying that I just totally had a brain fart. Hold on, this will come back to me. Let me answer a question because I totally lost my train of thought. Okay. Social anxiety on the rise, having to leave home, have appointments, take public transportation, etc. is really challenging for me. Okay, I totally understand. I work from home. I never leave the house. Leaving the house is like a huge deal for me, and it's why I'm always late for everything. And I get that 100%, especially taking public transportation. I used to live in downtown Denver, and I didn't have a car. So yeah, I definitely understand that. Let me just say this, like, I know that anxiety is tough because it's it's an actual physical manifestation. You feel it, it causes issues within you. It can come in an instant and change your whole day. I know how that goes. My suggestion with that is that you need to start getting out ahead of it. You need to pre-pave your way. You need to start by doing, I call it manifesting yourself to sleep, but it's really just like you're visualizing yourself to sleep in your reality you want. You're affirming yourself to sleep with affirmations that you want. You're meditating yourself to sleep by thinking good thoughts or whatever. Whatever it is, you want to go to bed thinking, saturating yourself with good feeling thoughts, good feeling. Even if you just lay in your bed and just like, oh, this is so comfortable until you fall asleep, that's fine. You just want to start because your day starts the night before. Start your day off super positive. Go to sleep positive. You wake up in the morning, and the second you have that awareness of I'm awake, you start bringing your thoughts and your gratitudes, your affirmations, your visualizations of the perfect you, how amazing your day is going to go, whatever you have to do to conjure good feelings first thing in the morning, and then do what you can to carry those feelings with you throughout the day. And then when you're going to things like leaving your house, that's one segment. You can set intentions before you walk out the door, like, I intend that this is going to be harmonious, peaceful, and easy, and I will be back here in one piece. Or you can even go beyond that and just visualize yourself walking back in your door being like, oh, that went so well. I'm so glad that went so easily. I'm glad I did it. Something that simple, visualizing yourself on the end goal of being like calm, happy to be home, feeling accomplished that you got everything done and nothing catastrophic happened to you. Do that throughout your day. Then right when you get on the bus, okay, this is going to be the most peaceful bus ride ever. No one's going to talk to me, whatever. Like, whatever you have to do, segment in 10 before you do anything, even if it's a phone call, even if it's, I don't know, working out, like literally every tiny thing that you, even going to the coffee shop, going into a meeting, getting a haircut, going to the dentist, like the littlest things that you do throughout your day, even the big things, set an intention for how they're going to go beforehand. And what you're doing is you are just creating a positive momentum, a positive wave of energy for you to ride throughout your day so that when things come up that might trigger your anxiety, you're up here and you can, if you dip, you're not like going too far. If you're down here already and things happen, you're fucked. Like that's it. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be bad. So if you can work to bring those feelings up high before you get to the things that might trigger anxiety or whatever, or exacerbate it, it will help a lot, just to keep you like above that point of no return. That would be my suggestion there. Let's see. I normally just think no one's around for public anxiety. That's great. I actually love that because, yeah, it would be nice to just like shut out the world and no one's there and it doesn't, whatever you have to think, whatever like tricks it for your mind, whatever makes that switch and makes you feel like I'm okay, this is okay, no one else exists. Because this is the thing, they don't exist. They really don't. Everybody in your world, like I said, we're in like a video game, we're in some sort of holographic universe. You are like in an avatar. Everything else is like they're part of your physical world. So they're empty vessels. They're waiting for you. They're not thinking anything at any point. They are waiting for you to give them direction. They're waiting for you to give them thoughts. That's why when you like see someone you like, for example, and you're like, oh, they're not going to like me because of this. Guess what? They're not going to like you because of this, because they weren't thinking about you until that moment. They weren't thinking anything. And then you decided that they were thinking that you're too ugly, you're too short, you're too fat, you're not cool enough, you're not smart enough, whatever. Now that's what they're thinking. So you have to change the story you're telling every single day. I'm successful. I'm awesome. People love to be around me. Everybody loves my energy. When I walk in the room, people are so excited to see me. I'm so capable of doing anything. I always have the greatest ideas. People are always telling me that they love when I speak because I speak things that they never thought of. I'm so insightful, and people tell me this all the time. Tell your whole story exactly how you want it to go. People always invite me to things. I'm always getting asked to go to fun, exciting events. Whenever I'm not in the room, people notice my absence and they wonder where I am. Like, you can write your story to the smallest, most minute detail. I'm really good at manifesting. Actually, I have a handle on my anxiety. I don't even get anxious. Whenever I start to feel that thing building in my chest, I'm able to breathe and blah, 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 and it goes right down. Or, I mean, you literally can just write, dictate, decide every tiny little aspect of your life. So when I hear my clients say that they're not worthy or they feel unworthy, or I see people in Facebook groups talking about, how can I do this because of this? I'm like, you are making that happen. You decided that you're not good enough. You decided, not anybody else, because they don't exist. Something happened in your past that you reacted to that has caused a loop, a feedback loop, has caused you to believe that things are a certain way, but they don't have to be any certain way. Things are only the way that you believe they are. So if you believe they're awesome, if you believe you're smart and funny and attractive and everybody wants to be around you, then you are. You know those people that have so much confidence and you're like, how? Why? Like what? Like you're like, I'm over here in my whatever body and I have zero confidence in myself, and you're over there looking like a trash bag. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, you know those feelings where you're just like, how does that person, or like some girl that you don't like or some guy that you don't like gets married or gets a partner, and you're like, how do they have a boyfriend and I don't? It's because you think that. It's because you're over there feeling like a nasty little ass about relationships. You're having negative emotions about people being together. You see a relationship and you're like, ugh. That's what happens. And now the universe is like, oh, she don't want a relationship. Let me make sure that nobody likes this bitch. You know, like, it's all you. It's all your dictation. So, like, if you don't think you're worthy, why? Why aren't you worthy? What are you talking about? What do you mean you're not worthy? What are you not worthy for? You're a creative force. You're the only creative force. You can make anything happen in your reality, whatever you want. And nothing, absolutely nothing, nobody, no thing, nothing ever can stand in your way. What is there to feel unworthy about? That's what I don't understand. It's like nobody's opinions actually exist. Other people's opinions are your opinions reflected back to you because they are mirrors. They are reflections of you. They are, you've probably heard it say, everyone is you pushed out. That doesn't, to me, doesn't really register. So the way I really think about it, it's like it's a mirror. Everything you experience, everything is a mirror. It's a reflection of how you feel about yourself, how you feel about the world, how you've felt about yourself and the world in the past, and of course, how you still feel about yourself. So begin telling a new story. Rewrite exactly what it is that you want to experience, who you want to be, how you want things to go, how you want people to receive you, who you want to like you, what you want them to say, how you want them to treat you. Every minute detail that you want to experience, rewrite it. Write it out on a piece of paper so you know exactly what it is. And then you can recall it, you can practice it, you can visualize it, you can use affirmations, you can do more scripting to become that version. And then you never stop telling that story until it becomes true. Never, ever, 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 ever stop telling the story, ever, because you're the narrator. So if I'm saying, let's see, let me see. Okay, so I'll give you one of mine. I always say every day, I signed 5 clients today. Has that day happened yet? It's getting there, you know? But hey, every single day, I signed 5 clients today. I booked 5 clients today. I booked 5 paying clients today because I do give a lot of free readings, not readings, sessions and stuff. But this is my job. This is my business. I quit my job to do this full time to help people and explain these things. So yeah, I want compensation. I want to be able to pay my bills too. And there's nothing wrong with that. You pay a doctor, you pay a therapist, you pay a nutritionist, you pay a personal trainer. I'm a personal trainer for your mind. There's absolutely nothing wrong with me wanting to be compensated for what I do because I'm expressing energy. I'm doing a lot. I'm putting a lot. Like this is my whole life. All day, every day, this is what I'm thinking about. How can I come out? How can I present this information to you? How can I bring it about in a new way? How can I reach more people and help them understand that whatever they want is possible. Anything they're experiencing is all held in place because of them. That's what I think about all day long. So my story now has become I'm helping people. I love helping. I do love helping people. I love having sessions. I love the way it feels. I love seeing that aha moment on people's faces when I have a like a Skype call with them. I love them being like, okay, now like I love seeing them leave my session with a smile and they started it like this. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are more than worthy. Worthy should be deleted from our vocabulary. It doesn't even make sense. Worthiness is a fallacy. It's a bullshit fallacy that does not exist, okay? Because what do you mean you're not worthy? What are you talking about? You're the only person that exists in your world. How could you not be worthy? You wouldn't even be on this planet if you weren't worthy to be here. It doesn't make sense. You chose to came here. You chose to come here from the infinite source, from wherever we all come from. You chose to come to this earth in this time, in this body, in this exact experience, okay? So what do you mean you're not worthy? How could you not be worthy for the trip that you signed up for? How could you not be worthy for as the only person and operative force in your world? How could you not be worthy? If you weren't worthy, you wouldn't exist. You wouldn't be here. So remember that when you start telling the story of I'm too short, I'm too this, I'm not smart enough, I don't have this money, this isn't coming in, I'm in debt, why is this happening? Because you are keeping it in place. You are dictating that. You are making it happen. You are perpetuating it by continuously saying, I'm broke. I don't have any money. I'm ugly. I'm short. Nobody likes me. I don't have any friends. People don't want to invite me out. This other person has a girlfriend. They said they never wanted to see me again. So what? Change the story now. Stop saying everything that you're saying. Stop, first of all, and start retelling the story. If you feel like you have to live in a fantasy land, guess what? You're already in one. So choose the fantasy. This is a choose your own adventure. There we go. I love that. There we go. This is a choose your own adventure world. It is not a novel that is already written. It is not a novel that has parameters and rules and set limitations. That does not exist. This is a choose your own story, and it is unfolding in every moment by the choices you make and the way you feel about yourself and the world. Whew. All right, let's see. Let's read some more comments. Okay. Thank you, Cheryl. I love your energy, and I'm happy you are here. Thank you. Yes, dominate your reality. You are right, babe. It's all you. There's just no other. It's so hard. I mean, it's not hard to explain, but at the same time, it is because we are taught that there's this concrete world. You know, we're taught that we are part of this like physical, like this real. Oh, sorry, doggies. My dogs don't like when people knock. We're taught that this is real. We're here for a finite amount of time. We're blood and guts and bones and nothing else. And the world just happens to us and we just have to navigate through it. That's what we're taught, which is bullshit, complete and total bullshit, because scholars and even freaking Jesus, people have been trying to give us the message of what's really going on for thousands of years. And for whatever reason, the powers that be, or I can't even speculate as to why it's so crucial that we don't know about our power. I only can guess that some sort of our journey here is about that understanding that, like, when is she gonna figure it out that she's in control? It's like part of the game. Like the big reveal is like, how far into this world do you have to get before you realize that it's all you? It's all you. There's nothing else. Your mom, your parent, your dad, your wife, your brother, everything, they don't exist. I mean, they might exist somewhere, but in your world, it's just a formless mass of potential energy waiting for you to project your feelings and expectations onto it. The moment that you open your eyes as a baby on this planet, you begin impressing upon your subconscious, which then sends a message to the universe, and the law of attraction brings you back exactly what it is that you've impressed upon it. And then that's how your world replicates every single day, every single second, every single minute. Each moment, each separate moment is completely its own entity. Every second is its own potential reality in any sort of universe, any parallel universe that you choose. So if you decide to switch into a new reality and become a new version of yourself, all you have to do is identify exactly what or who you want to be, conjure or kind of get into that and find the feelings that the you would feel. Okay, I just remembered what I was talking about earlier when I forgot. So I have a client that was talking about, she's talking about height, and people changing their physical appearance through law of attraction is a huge thing right now, and everybody's asking about it. Everybody wants to know. So she wanted to know about height, and she had found somebody I think on YouTube, that had grown like 8 inches or something. Like some guy grew 8 inches. And so she contacted him. She wanted to know, like, how'd you do it? Blah, blah, blah. And he just said, I believed it. I believed it was possible, and it happened. And she's like, is this possible? I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, it is. It really is. Like you can choose and select and move into any reality that you want. If that's the case, so say that he grew 8 inches or whatever, he was able to put his mind into a reality where he's always been 8 inches taller. So she was talking about seeing in the mirror. How do I, if I'm looking in the mirror and I see myself, I'm short, blah, 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 whatever. I said, listen, you have to tell yourself that you're tall, because you want to mimic the feelings that the version of you that has that reality would feel. Tall you would never look in the mirror and be like, I'm short. Tall you would never feel intimidated by other people's size. Because I'm tall and I'm telling you this, like, tall you would probably be like, I don't think I want to wear heels today because I don't want to tower over everyone. That's what a tall person thinks. A tall person is not like, oh, I'm so short, I'm so like little, nobody takes me seriously because of my size. You have to put yourself into the reality mentally of a place where you have never been short. Tall you's always been tall. Tall you didn't grow 8 inches overnight. Tall you has always been tall. So if that's where you want to go, if it's you as a doctor, if it's you as a patient person, if it's you without anxiety, if it's you rich, whatever it is, all you have to do is find that reality, select it, and then embody the feelings. How would you feel if you have always been tall? How would you feel if you have always been charismatic? How would you feel if you've always been the life of the party? You wouldn't stress about people wanting to hang out with you. That would never cross your mind. Your mind would more be like, oh God, how can I handle all of these people coming at me? Like, I need some time to myself. You can't think the thoughts of current you and expect to shift into the reality of new you. That's just not how it works. You have to become that version vibrationally, mentally, in your thoughts and your feelings, and then the physical world responds. So any sort of manifestation starts out as a vibration. The vibration turns to a thought, and then the thought is brought into the physical world by the law of attraction. So if you want to become whatever, you need to find the vibrational feeling. The vibration is the feeling. Find the feeling of that reality already in existence, because there is somewhere where you're 7.5 feet tall or whatever it is. Like, if you can conceive of it, it exists. Anything that you can imagine in your mind already exists. So find that reality that you want to step into. Match the feelings of it. Brainstorm. What would you feel like? How would you feel? How would you respond? If you have to talk to somebody that is tall to find out what tall people think about, then do that if you want. Otherwise, Google it. Like, what's it like to be tall? What does it feel like to be the center of attention? What is it like to always have friends knocking on your door? What is it like to be the pretty girl in school? What is it like to have your crush calling you constantly, or whatever? Like, think about how you would feel if you were that version, and then feel it. Then you rewrite your story, and then that is your story, period. You never tell the old story again. You never talk about how short you are. You never talk about how broke you are. You never respond when people say, oh, you're short. Well, you know what? That's going to happen because you got like 25 years of momentum of I'm short manifestations built up that are still going to come to pass. It's your job in that moment then to be like, what do you mean I'm short, bitch? I'm tall. I'm taller than you. And that's it. You go on about your day. You have to flip that script. You rewrite your story. Rewrite your story, flip your script in every moment, every time it comes up. And that's how you change your vibration. It doesn't happen overnight. It absolutely can, but it's not like an instant change. Change happens in every moment. Change happens every time you feel that emotion and you either flip it into something better, or you solidify it. You reiterate, you reaffirm, yes, I am tall, or I'm short. Okay, guess what? You're still short. I'm so short. Guess what? You're going to be short some more. Start telling yourself that you're tall every single day until you're taller, or you know what I mean? It's just like, that's a very simple simple analogy, but I mean, it works for everything. It works for absolutely everything. It's all you. It's all you. Worthiness does not exist. Worthiness is a bullshit fallacy that does not exist. It is somehow there to keep you in place, to keep you bound to your physical world, keep you from ascending. So fuck that. Okay, I love this. So Trey thought my flight would be delayed, and guess what? It was delayed. Yeah, it was. You know why? Because he thought it would be. Like, if you just like start recognizing when those things happen, or think back onto those times where like you thought something was going to happen, you thought someone was going to behave in a certain way, and it happened exactly the way you thought it was or would. And it's because you knew it. You just knew it. Maybe you hoped for the best, but you knew deep down, it's probably going to happen this way. And it has to, because you are the only dictator of your reality. You're the only God. You're the only one creating. We have this infinite source, this this awareness, larger awareness, God, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It is there, and it is helping us, and it's guiding us, and it's holding us in place. It's holding us in these bodies, but we're still connected mentally. Because we are, if you believe religion or whatever, it's all the same stories, but God made us in its image, and it manifested itself into us. God manifested us. God manifested a version of itself on this planet as us. And because we are a manifestation of God, we are an extension of God, we are connected mentally or somehow through our awareness, this non-physical connection, we are a part of God. We are a piece of God. We are an extension of God. We are an arm of God. It's God's big toe. I don't know. Like, you are a part of God. So therefore, you're able to manifest what you want. You're able to create what you want, because that's what God does. God is a creator. He made us whatever God, I don't know. I'm not a religious person, but God made us in its image. Therefore, we are able to do the things that God does. We are the God of our reality. There's nothing blasphemous about it. It's not about saying, oh, I'm God, whatever. But it's like, yeah, you are God, bitch. Like, what do you want? What have you chosen for yourself? Pick the reality that you want to live, and then live it. Tell yourself, tell the story that this is what's happening until it becomes true. I actually found a little comic yesterday that was so cute from Mutts. I love that one, that comic strip, if you guys have seen it. And it's a little puppy, and it's like 6 little comic windows, and he's sitting in the pound, and it says Monday, and he's like, ooh, I'm getting adopted today. Today's the day. Tuesday, ooh, I'm getting adopted today. Today's the day. All the way through the week, every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. You know how the days go. And every single one, he's just like, ooh, today's the day. And then in the final one, he's getting walked out, and he's been adopted, and he's like, I knew it. That is it. And I sent it to a bunch of my clients. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about right here. You tell that story until it becomes true. I'm telling myself I booked 5 clients today until I booked 5, and then I booked 10 clients every day. Every single day. I booked 5 clients today. Fuck yes. Yes. I booked 5 clients today. Speaking of which, if you would like one-on-one help from me, if you want me to help you address your actual limiting beliefs at the root, figure out what they are, and then help you flip them around, you can always book one-on-one time with me. I'm also putting together a masterclass for manifesting a specific person. And you also will have the option to join my workshop, where I will help you, like, we go through systematically, step by step, how to manifest a specific person, cut out your limiting beliefs, blah, 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 blah. You can sign up for that at my website, roxyleehart.com/get more Roxy Talks. Okay, that was my plug. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Okay, so you said only good vibes. Yeah, so listen, here's the thing about good vibes. How do I say this? There are a lot of teachings. There's a lot of different teachings. Some people, like, for example, Abraham Hicks, it's all about vibration. It's all about how you feel and matching the vibrational frequency of what you want so that it can, like, be brought into you. So if you're a magnet for happiness, then happiness has to come to you because you're a magnet for it. Then there are other teachers, like a modern teacher, Joseph Ally. He's someone whose channel I watch. He has a much different view on it because he has done systematic testing of his manifestations for about 9 years, and he has manifested in the lowest of lows and the highest of highs. So according to him, you know, feeling good all the time doesn't matter. All that really matters is that you feel good when you do your manifestation, when you declare, when you visualize, whatever. That's when you need to feel good, because you want to feel the feelings of the wish fulfilled: ease, freedom, happiness, joy, love, excitement, clarity, acceptance, abundance, expansion, whatever. You want to feel those good feelings when you're manifesting. My personal opinion on vibration and feelings and feeling good all the time is that, if you watch my channel, you probably know I have anger issues. My thing is anger. I have anxiety too. I think everybody at this point does. But my biggest issue is anger and controlling my anger, not snapping. I'm very patient, but once my fuse gets lit, it's super short. So I don't like to be that person. I don't want to be that person, and I don't have to be that person. So I have been working so hard to find out how to be positive all the time, how to be happy, how to be a shining light and not a fucking, like, dimming one that, like, sucks the energy out of the room, because I don't like being that girl. And I can be both. I can get there. I can get to either one, but I want to be the good version of me more of the time, because I like the way I feel. I like feeling good. I don't care if it seems forced. Like, I don't care. You're not living my life. I'm living my life, and I want to feel happy. I don't want to feel bitchy. I don't want to be annoyed. I don't want to ignore something or ignore someone, and because I can be cold and mean as fuck, and I don't want to be like that to people. So for me, good vibes, 100%, absolutely necessary. It's very vital for me to stay in a high vibration. For some people, and does that help my manifestations come to pass? Maybe. I don't know. I'm manifesting either way. But for other people, it might not be necessary. You might not have to worry about your vibration all the time. But for me, I do, and I care, and I want to be in a good vibration. I don't want to be down in the dumps and pissed off and angry all the time. It's not fun. I don't want to give myself ugly, like, frown wrinkles and stuff because I'm mad about the dumbest thing ever. Because it's always dumb shit. It's always dumb shit, you know, like, no one's upset at themselves for reacting naturally to something that is major or should be reacted to that way. It's the dumb things that you react to that you don't want to be anymore. That's where that change comes in. And so if that's something that you're interested in, if you're sad, if you're depressed, if you're anxious, if you're angry, you're doubtful, you have a low self-esteem, you can work at chipping away at that. It's an everyday thing. It's every single day. I have to brainwash myself every single day. No days off, no days off. Because what happens when I take a day off, I go downhill really fast. I get really fucking snatchy, and it just like, I have to work myself back up. I have to remind myself every day, I'm the power. Nobody else is doing anything to me. No one's doing anything to me. Nothing that I experience has to make me upset. Nothing I experience has to piss me off. I choose to be pissed off. I choose to be mad because the gardener came and freaked my dogs out and the dogs were all over the place. Like, I chose to let that ruin my day. That's stupid. That's stupid. It doesn't have to be that way. Okay, I'm gonna read some of your comments. God damn, it's hot. Ugh. Oh God, I'm back on coffee if you can't tell, so I'm like, okay. Sometimes I have to give it up because it's like too much for me. Let's see. Okay. You are the light. Is that a question? Tell me if you want me to clarify that, if you weren't clear on that. Let's see. I had a convo with a friend on Friday saying at concerts I get pulled on stage a lot. I like this. I like where this is going. It's just something that always happens. 2 days later, I get pulled up on stage with Vanilla Eyes. Oh, girl. That's awesome. Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. You believe you had one experience probably that you got pulled on stage. Then the next time you were like, I bet I'll get pulled on stage again. Or I wonder if I'll get pulled on stage again. And then you did. And then it's like, oh shit, I get pulled on stage. And then that becomes a belief. And then now that's your reality. So don't, be careful not to like psych yourself out of it. Just keep saying, I always get pulled on stage. I always do. Sorry, that's it. Nothing I can do about it. And just drop it. Let it go on about your day and you'll keep being on stage with Vanilla Ice, my girl. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Cher. I'm very appreciative of you being here, and I appreciate you saying such kind words. I'm glad that you were here, and I'm glad the channel could help. I know that there are tons of people teaching this stuff, and sometimes I think, well, who am I? Like, I've only had my channel for a year, and, some people's videos get thousands of views every time, but, and I'm catching myself because I'm about to tell a story that is not true. My videos get thousands of views a week, okay? I have thousands and thousands of people watching my videos, and I love it. And I don't have to feel inadequate about my views or my knowledge because I have a degree. I went to school I actually am educated in what I'm talking about. And not trying to take away from anybody else. I'm not saying they aren't, but a lot of the people that I follow don't have a degree in behavioral science. They don't have that psychological, physical, like mental knowledge that I have. I mean, and of course, I'm not saying that you can't study it or find it anywhere else, but like I have my own, again, we're talking about worthiness. I'm worthy to teach this stuff because I know about it. I study it. I live it. I talk to you. I help you. I see what is going on with your lives and I help you flip it. I have my own worthiness. I'm okay to do this and that's fine. I love doing it. It makes me happy. It makes me feel energized. Sometimes when I give, like, if I do tarot readings for people, my energy is completely zapped at the end of it. I never want to pick up my deck again. Can't. I don't know what it is. Like, the idea of it is fun, but when it comes down to actually doing it, I almost can't stand it. I think because with tarot, people want the answers they want. They don't want to hear what their problem is or how they can fix it. They just want you to tell them, yeah, you should get back with your shitty-ass boyfriend who's cheated on you 20 times. He's thinking about you. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that at all. I want to help you say, fuck that guy. Like, I'm way more better than that. I'm going to manifest a million times better relationship. I'm going to manifest love for myself. I'm going to manifest self-love. I'm going to become a self-love master because the more of us that feel good and emit good and share it and spread it, the better that this place that we live on gets. And maybe none of you guys even exist. And I'm just talking to myself here because, again, it's my reality. I don't know what the fuck's really going on outside of, like what I've learned and what I can see. But at the same time, me reaffirming my ability to share this information to help other people, if they even exist, helps me. It helps me ascend and transcend that version of myself that I don't want to be anymore. I want to step into the knowing, the confidence, the feeling of creating amazing, beautiful things for myself and sharing that knowledge because, it's meant to be shared. People have been trying to share this knowledge for thousands of years. They're like, and the funny thing about it is like, It's all the same knowledge. So I always, wonder about people that don't believe it. I'm like, why would people be trying to tell this story for thousands of years? The same story. No one tells the same story for thousands of years unless it's true. Like, it just doesn't happen. So, oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted by comments again. So, yeah, it's all you. It's all you. Worthiness is in your mind. Worthiness is a construct of your own design, and it's bullshit. There's worthiness is a reaction to something that happened to you one time that maybe was a manifestation of, sometimes things come out weird. We don't know why, unless you start recording every manifestation you have and then tracing back, the thought that bore that manifestation, which is definitely possible. And Joseph Ally always talks about that. That's one thing that he suggests, is writing every single manifestation down, because then you can reverse engineer the thought and the feeling that brought you to that point, and then you can replicate it and make anything happen in your world. But which, I mean, definitely, obviously do that if you're good at that. But if you're someone who's a little more impatient like me, I mean, yeah, if you're impatient like me, like, just feel it, know it. You have to soak it in. Like, think about all the times when you knew something was going to happen and it did. That feeling, that the reason that happened is because there was no question. You didn't even like consider that an option might, that option might be wrong. And if you did, that question wasn't strong enough. It wasn't as strong as your belief. So sorry, it's really hot in here. Probably this ring light. Any questions? If you guys are looking for some one-on-one guidance, you want to find out what it is exactly that you are doing to keep your manifestations away. You want to find out exactly what it is that you are doing that is keeping you in the vibrational pattern that you are, keeping you lonely, keeping you single, keeping you jobless, keeping you broke, keeping you angry, keeping you friendless, keeping you sad, depressed, whatever. I will help you with one-on-one. You can always reach out to me. I'm happy to do one-on-one sessions with you. I also have my, sorry, my nose ring is weird. I have my a masterclass coming out helping with manifesting a specific person. The title of that is going to be 5 Secrets You Need to Know to Manifest a Specific Person. That's coming out, I think, later this week. That should be ready for launch, and that'll be a free masterclass. And it will be, there will be an offer to join the workshop, which is where you work one-on-one with me to actually get laser target, get at the, I like working one-on-one with people. Like, this is fun, and I like interacting with you guys and talking over live and responding to your comments and chatting in DM and stuff, but I can't like get to the heart of your problems unless we're talking and like seeing you face to face, hearing like you tell me the story in your own words, like, well, I really liked this guy, and then this happened, and da 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 da. And immediately I can be like, okay, here, and here, and here. This is where you fucked up. And then here's some thoughts that you can replace these with. Here's how to do it. So that's how it goes in one-on-one. That's what the manifesting a specific person workshop will be like that as well. But it's going to be all focused on getting that person. And it doesn't have to be a specific person. If it's just a person you want to manifest a relationship, it's the same concept essentially. So if you're interested in one-on-one work with me, roxyleehart.com/getmoreroxytalks. That is where you can sign up. You're so sweet, Sherry. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate your kind words. And I really appreciate all of you guys watching and being here and interacting and making it fun. Because it's fun. Like, life does not have to be heavy and like cumbersome and hurtful and harmful unless you say it is. Like, it really doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be anything. All it is what you say it is. All of it. Every single thing. You want a job? Get the fucking job. You want a job? You can't entertain the idea that anybody that ever applied for that job is any better than you. You have to walk into that place being like, I'm the person they're looking for. They have been looking for months for this person, and here I am finally walking in the door. They love everything I have to say. I answer every single interview question in the exact way they want to hear it. I light up their room. I excited them. My ideas were new and interesting to them. They couldn't wait to have me on the team. My bosses love when I walk in the door. They love when I come to meetings because they know that I'm going to help expand the business. Whatever it is, my coworkers love being around me. They always invite me out to parties. They're always bringing me in on the story. They're always telling me inside jokes. Whatever you have to tell yourself, whatever you want to experience, just start saying it. Just start saying it until it's true. You don't have to tell anybody. Nobody has to know that you're trying to manifest a better life. That's nobody's business. Well, they don't even exist. So the fuck do they need to know about it for, you know? Like, if you live in Wisconsin and you're tired of looking at fucking cornfields all the time and you just want to surf, bitch, you're a surfer. I'm a surfer. Imagine yourself on the waves every day. Imagine what it feels like to have that, your sand in the toes. Your toes in the sand. Imagine what it's like to wake up and smell salty air coming through your windows. When you're laying in bed and you wake up in the morning, imagine you're hearing the breeze and you're hearing ocean or waves crash. You're feeling the salty air. I'm gonna tell you something. If you want to live in California, let me tell you something about living by the beach. It's muggy. When you wake up in the morning, you're like, ugh. You're almost kind of like, I know it's kind of gross, but you're kind of almost like sticky. It's like there's like this like dampness to it. And that sounds so gross, but it's beautiful because it's by the beach. But there's a little hint for you. If you're living in Colorado, you don't really know what it's like to wake up and feel like damp all the time. And not like wet. It's just like this like, there's moisture. There's moisture in the air. You're right by the ocean. So like, find out what it's like to live by the beach. Find out what it's like to surf every morning. Because you know what they do? They get up at like 5 o'clock in the fucking morning and they go out every day. They put on their wetsuit at 5 in the morning and they jump in that cold ass water every morning. That's what my friends that surf every day do. And if that's your dream, then you don't have to tell anybody that you don't want to be working in a factory in Detroit anymore, that you want to be living in Miami, going to parties all the time or whatever the fuck. It doesn't have to be anybody's business but your own. But you want to just tell yourself every day, ooh, I love Miami. Like, let me put on my fucking Miami Vice pink shirt or whatever. Like, just become it, embody it. Figure out what the you version of you that's already there, because if you can conceive of it, it's already in existence. You already live in Miami in some reality. So figure out what you, Miami you, is thinking, what they're feeling, what they wear, who they talk to, what they talk about, how they feel, where they go, what kind of car they drive, what kind of house they live in, if they have a job, if they don't have a job, if they're spending every day on the beach, whatever. Think about those things and then just insert that into your reality. You don't have to soak in what you see in your existence just because it's in front of you. It's just there. It doesn't mean it has to always be there. It doesn't have to continue to be there. Just change it. Start looking at when you're in your room, when you're in your kitchen making a sandwich. Imagine you're in your dream house making a sandwich. You don't have to be where you are. Just, it's all in here. It's all in here. It's all what you decide. And always you, 100% of the time, you have control of it at any moment. You don't have to tell the story that you are broke or sad or anxious or depressed or neglected or cheated on or unworthy or not smart enough, not good enough, not tall enough, not happy enough, not skinny enough, not pretty enough, not fun enough, not funny enough. That's bullshit. Fuck that. Fuck that story. Doesn't exist anymore. So if you want a new reality, flip the script, change the story that you're telling, and then never tell that story again. Never tell the story about how short you are. Never talk about how short you are ever again. You feel short, affirm your tallness in that moment. When you start feeling that like, oh God, actually, I'm fucking tall. Like, God, I can see over everybody's heads, even if it's a lie. It doesn't matter because eventually it becomes the truth. If you believe it long enough, it becomes your reality. That's just how it works. I don't know how or why. I don't know what the point of it is. I don't know why we're supposed to think that we're not in control, but we do. So change your mind every day. Every day you have to do this. It's not a set it and forget it. It's not like a college degree that you earn once and then you're just like, oh, I'm positive now. I'm a manifestor now. I mean, well, you are a manifestor. You're always manifesting, but it's not a set it and forget it. It's not a one-time deal. It's an every day. Every day you have to reaffirm yourself until it becomes the reality, until you don't have to reaffirm anymore, until you just know, I'm tall. I'm sexy and tall. I'm on Amazon. My legs are so fucking long. Sometimes they're too long. It's like, can my legs like not be so long anymore? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, the story doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to, like, who are you answering to? Don't tell them. Something in your life is like, oh, you dream too big. You're never going to be this. Like, first of all, goodbye. Like, we don't need to talk anymore, or we need to like separate and keep some distance. And then just do it in your private time. No one knows what goes on in your mind. No one knows that you're standing in front of them and like look like you're paying attention, but in reality, you're in Miami dancing with some hottie in the club. You know what I mean? Like, it's all you. It's all your own perception. Okay. Any suggestions on how to believe something that is really hard to believe? Give me an example of what you're talking about. Because I've kind of talked about like height, things like that, like physical changes in your body that seem impossible just because you know, we feel bound by the meat, blood, and bone that we're in, the ship that we're driving. But yeah, things that are hard to believe, again, it's a daily rewriting. It's daily. You have to script it, you have to affirm it, you have to visualize it. Let me take that back. You don't have to do those things. These are just exercises that get you into the vibrational pattern. So when you are visualizing something, your visualization is not what's making it happen. Once you decide you want something, it's already off to the universe. It's already sent to the law of attraction, and it's going to come back to you in some point when you fully believe it. What you're doing when you're visualizing, or what you're doing when you're scripting, what you're doing when you're affirming, is you are practicing the vibration of it, and you are basically convincing yourself that that is your reality. That's what's happening. So you have to put yourself into the place or the position, think the thoughts that you, from that version, that reality thinks, so that you can shift into it. You're looking for a vibrational shift, and the shift happens when you fully 100% believe that whatever it is going to happen is going to happen. And that's how your shift happens. Myra, I'm not sure if I answered your question. So yeah, let me know if you're still here. How long ago was that? 12:38. I don't know what time. Oh yeah, that was just 2 minutes ago. So if you're still here, Myra, let me know exactly what you're talking about so we can like genuinely feel it true. Yeah, tell me what you're trying to convince yourself of, and I can help you like direct your thoughts of where to go with that. In the meantime, I'm gonna have some of this delicious coffee. Really hot. So yeah, Myra, yeah, you just have to believe it's true. You have to tell yourself every single day until it becomes your reality. I don't know if you were here for my analogy. I just saw a comic strip yesterday, and it was like a little dog in the pound. And every single day for a week, he was telling himself, today's the day I'm getting adopted. And every day you just saw a new panel for each day, and he was just saying the same thing. Monday, today's the day I'm getting adopted. Tuesday, today's the day I'm getting adopted. Wednesday, today's the day I'm getting adopted. And then like at the end of the comic strip, at the end of the week, he got adopted, and he said, see, I knew it was happening, or whatever. See, I knew it would happen, whatever. That's exactly it. You tell that story over and 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 over again until it's real. That's how you do it. That's how you do it every single day. I signed 5 clients today. Imagine telling my husband, I booked 5 clients today. Is this new? Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, perfect. This one's easy, girl. Okay. She says she wants to make people look at her more beautifully, but you don't really want to change anything physical. That's even better because, oh wait, my dogs might start barking. Oh, sorry, someone's walking by. That's even easier, and treat you with respect. Perfect, girl, perfect. Because you're not trying to physically change anything, so you don't have that like mountain to cross mentally. Like if you're trying to change your physical experience, everything that you've been taught or experienced in your life is going to tell you that that's not possible. So it's a lot more like believing work, convincing that you have to do to like actually make physical changes happen, because you have to really believe it's possible. But you don't want to change yourself. You just want people to perceive you that way. Easy. So easy. So first things first, you have to understand other people do not exist. I know that's a weird concept, but we live in a holographic reality. Look up quantum physics. This is not frou-frou. This is scientific. This is real, okay? You live in a vibrational reality and matter changes based on your expectation of it. If you want to look that up, look up the double slit experiment. Matter changes by what the observer expects to see in the outcome. So if you want to be perceived as more beautiful, as someone to respect, then first of all, what I want you to do is, again, you know that nobody else exists. The only reason why you think they don't think you're beautiful is because you don't feel beautiful. The only reason why you feel like they don't respect you is because you don't respect you, or you expect that other people aren't going to respect you. Somewhere in your life, you experienced something where someone disrespected you, and then that made an impression on you. It was brought into your awareness through your subconscious impression, and then the law of attraction brought it back to your world, and now you're like, oh, people don't respect me. Here's another piece of evidence. And then you said that, and guess what? That replicated, and now people don't respect you. Oh, people don't respect me. Guess what? Another instance for people to not respect you. It's all you. So what I want you to start doing is, first of all, if you can write out, or it's easier if you write it because then you have it concrete. You can look at it. You know exactly what you want. It's on paper. You're practicing the vibration of it. You're reaffirming it as you're writing. A lot of stuff happens as you're writing. You're in the moment. You're like fully enveloped in what you're doing. So you're like actually feeling the feelings of it. So write out exactly how you want to feel, how you want to be perceived. And then you start telling that story. Okay. So you want to write things like, I am beautiful. I love my own beauty. I love the way it feels to feel beautiful. I love how it feels to walk into a room and have everyone's eyes turn on me. And I just know that they're thinking, wow, what a beautiful person. I love how it feels when someone tells me I'm beautiful. Beyond that, I mean, you want to bring the feelings up for it. Say it's a specific person. Say it's whatever. Say you're walking into a room. They love me. They love my outfit. They love my hair. They love my face. They think I have such a classic beauty. People look at me and they just can't believe how naturally beautiful I am. I'm just like pulling things out of my ass right now, but like it really is. Tell the story that you want to tell. People respect me. They always think I have the best ideas. When I walk into a room, they want to hear what I have to say. When I open my mouth, people are enthralled. When I speak about something, people hang on my every word because they know that I have so much value. I have so many ideas that are amazing. I have so many things that I can say that will enrich the situation that I am in. People reach out to me to hear my ideas because they know that they're smart or they're impactful. People ask me for my opinion all the time. People always want to know what I'm thinking. People always respect my decisions. People always think that I make smart choices. People are always in awe at how perfectly and seamlessly I can move through situations because I know that I'm worthy of respect and I know how perfect my thoughts are, blah, blah, blah. Once you start telling that story, once you start declaring that, and that's your new story, then you cannot entertain any sort of evidence of the contrary ever again. I mean, you can. Of course you can. You probably will. But when you do that, you're dipping back and you need to go back and reaffirm it. Actually, what the fuck am I saying? They love me. They think I'm smart. They think I have the best ideas in the room. They want me on their team. People seek me out to help them with their issues because they know I have the right answer. Whatever you have to tell yourself, keep telling yourself that every single day. Every day you wake up and you're like, I feel so beautiful. Someone's going to tell me I look beautiful today. People love what I have to say. They always respect my opinion. People always respect what I want to do because they know that I'm coming from a good place. Whatever you have to do to tell yourself your story is true, that's what you need to do. You're not convincing anybody else because nobody else exists. It's all about convincing you of your own worthiness, which, again, I'm not sure if you've been here since the beginning, but worthiness is a dirty word. And I'm going to say I'm declaring that worthiness should be struck from the dictionary because it's bullshit and it puts us in unrealistic expectations for ourselves. It puts us in boundaries. It puts us in boxes. It puts us in limitations. That doesn't exist. You're worthy because you are here. You wouldn't be in your body if you didn't choose to come into that specific body, into your specific family, into your specific situation in the time that you are in right now. You chose to come here. So to think that people don't respect you is just a reflection about how you feel about yourself. To think that people don't think you're beautiful is a reflection of how you feel about yourself, and they can only show up in the way that you expect them to. So if you think you walk in a room and you see 5 beautiful girls and you immediately feel inadequate, guess what? You're inadequate now, because now they're all responding to the way you feel. If you walk into a room and you realize none of these people exist, they're not thinking anything until I decide it, and you say, hey, I'm the most beautiful person in the world, or I'm sorry, in the room. I radiate inner beauty. I radiate respect me. Like I have respect me written on my forehead, and that's how they have to receive me. Like, you decide how people receive you by your, like, no, this is it. This is how I feel. This is what the truth is. This is how you will treat me. End of story. And if anybody doesn't treat you that way, first thing first, realize that it's like a feedback loop from your past manifestations. I don't know how old you are, but let's say you're 25. You've got 25 years worth of I'm not worthy, I'm not pretty, or whatever built up. So yes, those manifestations are still probably going to come to pass because of momentum. But that doesn't mean that you're not shifting into your reality. So when someone does say something that is contradictory towards it, you can say something like, oh, that's weird because actually I'm the most beautiful person in the room. And then you move on. Oh, that's weird that he said that weird comment to me because everybody respects me. So I don't know what this person's doing. And then you just move on. They don't matter. They don't exist. They're only there to reflect back to you how you feel. So reaffirm that you don't feel that way anymore, because now you are the version of you that everybody finds beautiful. You're the version of you that everybody respects. You're the version of you who opens their mouth and people listen because you decide it, you said it, and you believe it yourself. It has to be true, period. It has to. Hope that answered your question. Let me read this comment. Months of feeling incredible, and I have reserved evidence of being incredible. And then months of feeling bad and getting evidence of that. Yes, exactly. So, oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Just stop telling the story. From this moment on, don't you ever say, I have months of feeling bad. Don't you ever say, I wish people thought I was beautiful. Don't ever say, people don't respect me. Don't ever tell that story again, because no one's going to call you on it. And if they do, fuck them. They don't exist. They're not real. It's just you again. It's just your insecurities bubbling up from the surface that have been in motion for years or months or however long. So don't listen to the evidence of the contrary, because again, it's feedback. It's momentum. It's going to happen. It's going to pass. And you're going to move into the new version of you that doesn't feel that way, that doesn't exist in that reality. So another thing I was saying earlier is, if you want to embody what it's like to be beautiful, what does beautiful you think? What does the version of you that has always felt beautiful think? The version of you that has always felt beautiful is not going to worry about their inadequacy. They're not going to walk into a room, see other beautiful people, and feel like shrunken by it. They're going to see other beautiful people and be like, ooh, I'm in my place. This is where the beautiful people conjure. Like, that's how you want to think about it. You just need to reaffirm your new story all the time. Every day until it becomes true. Every day. Every day. If you want to do it 3 times a day, fine. If you want to do it 20 times a day, fine. Just make sure that you're not doing it in a desperate way. It's not like I have to feel beautiful. I have to feel beautiful. I have to feel respected. That's not the feeling. It's, I'm fucking smart. I'm beautiful. The rest of the world recognizes it. When I walk into a room, they can't help but tell me how beautiful I am. When I walk into a room, people are magnetically drawn to me, and there's nothing I can do about it. I walk into a room and people just want to tell me their ideas. I walk into a room and people just want my approval. Whatever it is that you have to tell yourself, just do it. Nobody's judging you. Nobody's going to think any less of you for doing it. In fact, you're going to start changing the way that people respond to you, because that's just how this world works. So don't tell that story anymore. No. Yay, I'm so glad. Okay, thank you, Myra. See, this is why I love doing this, because I love that moment of like, yeah, you're right. Like, fuck that. Why would I feel inadequate? Who says I'm inadequate? Inadequate for what? For what? For this world I'm creating? I'm inadequate? I made all of this and I'm inadequate? No. No, sorry. That's not my story. And you just got to believe it. And if you don't believe it yet, you need to keep telling yourself it until you believe it. Like, I just put out a video this last week on Friday about confidence, and one thing I was saying is, I get everything I want. If you say that 100 times, about like the 25th time, it starts to feel real. Because you say it so many times, and you start to understand how you would really say it if you really felt it. I get everything I want. 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 I'm the creative force in my world. Of course I get everything I want. I get everything I want. I get everything I want. You just keep going until it starts to sound real. It sounds like it would actually come out of your mouth. You start to believe it, and then you just keep it. I get everything I want. I get everything I want because I have to. It's my world. I create it. Of course I get everything I want. How could I not? How could I not get everything I want when I'm creating? Every thought and feeling I have replicates. How can I not want to get what I want if it's always replicating? Of course it is. Of course I get what I want. Of course people respect you. You know why? Because you're a respectable person. I feel like I should be respected. I'm being respected. I know I'm worthy of respect. Fucking worthy. I hate that word. Cutting it. Cut it out of the dictionary. It doesn't exist. I deserve respect. I'm smart. I'm funny. I'm helpful. I have great ideas. People want me around. Of course I am respectful. Of course I deserve respect. And can I change for how someone has seen me for a super long time? Yes, girl, because guess what? When you're asking questions about other people, take them out of the equation. So what you're really asking me right now is, can I change how I have felt about myself for a super long time? Yes. In any moment, yes. But it takes practice. It takes daily brainwashing and practice, because when we wake up, so for example, when we wake up in the morning, it's just like when you're born. There's this veil that comes over us, and we can be off in however many dimensions in our dreamland, conversing with all the other spirits, with God, with who the fuck knows what we're doing. We're in parallel realities, whatever. You're out there expanding your knowledge and expanding the universe while you're dreaming. But the moment that you wake up, you do have that second where you can insert good thoughts, or that where you can re-download all the bullshit from yesterday. And you're like, oh yeah, I gotta go to work. That bitch at work, got into a fight with my man last night, That's where your world replicates. That is the moment when you bring all of your bullshit from yesterday into today, and now it's part of your life again. Take that moment and say, ooh, I can't wait to go out into the world and see reflections of my beauty from other people. I can't wait to talk to this person I've known for 75 years and hear them say, you know what? I just want you to know I've always respected you. I've always thought you had great ideas. You decide. You decide how they feel, because you decide how you feel. And the way you feel is how the rest of the world responds to you and how it reacts to you. Okay? It's not some it's not because you believe it so they believe it, like you're making them believe something, or you're changing their mind. They're not thinking anything. Their minds are blank. They are formless blobs of energy waiting for you to impress your feelings onto them. Okay? So if you see a person, they're not really there. All this shit, this isn't real. This is energy. Okay? If you don't know about that, look up quantum physics, look up matter. Matter is not real. This is just the how do I say it? It's the fast moving particles. They're just going so fast to each other. They're vibrating so fast, because everything in this world is energy. It vibrates. That when they're going so fast, they're creating friction. So when these two super fast moving particles touch each other, it feels solid, because there's so much energy between this. What looks solid, this is just a bunch of moving particles, energy. This as well. When they come together, you can feel that. When you do this, you feel that energy between your hands. This isn't real. This is just particles bouncing off each other in an extraordinarily fast rate. So anything is possible. Anything is shapeable, is moldable, is formable to your will at all times. You just get bogged down with the false ideas that we are taught in school and throughout our lives. I don't know why they still teach us this limiting shit. I don't know why they don't tell children how powerful they are and how capable. Well, I guess because then they could uprise against the man. But honestly, it's a serious disservice to human beings to not be told the extent of their power, because it's all you. Every single one of us has our own separate experience that are somehow like gelling together and like combining, congealing in some way, but each of our own experience is separate and different, and we're the only person that exists in our own reality. So therefore we're the only people that actually make the decisions, that make things happen, that make things show up, that make things disappear, that amplify things, that diminish things. It's all you. My hair, thank you. I just did it. I just did my roots. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Any questions? It is hot in this ring light. I gotta tell you, hot, hot, hot. If you want one-on-one help from me, if you want me to, here's what happens in the one-on-one sessions. I have you, well, first I have you answer some questions before we get into it, so I just kind of know where you're coming from, know what you're looking for. I find out like what kind of manifestation techniques you've been using, just so I can get an idea. And then we get on the call. I have you tell me your story so that I can hear in real time what you're telling yourself, what kind of bullshit you're believing, and where, you know, where your blocks lie. I'm calling them blocks, but where your beliefs are hindering your progress or your creative power. So once we can kind of identify what it is that you're saying that is causing you to experience what you're experiencing over and over again, then we start to remove those and reshape them, reform them, and then I show you how to put them, install the new ideas, and then how to change them in the moment, how to keep that going, how to keep that momentum up, because like I said, it's every day. You can't just do this once. I mean, you can't. Actually, that's not true. You can 100% do this once and then never have to think about it again. There are so many things that we decide one time, I'm going to do this. And because you don't fuck with it, because you believe it, because it's a certainty to you, that's when it manifests. That's why little dumb things manifest really easily. I like to tell this story a lot because it was one of my first like instant manifestations that I recognized. I was having a party. I was getting ready for the party, doing whatever around my house, and I said to my husband, I want a pink lighter. That's all I said. Didn't think about it again. I forgot. I just completely forgot. It was just like, I want a pink lighter. End of story. Then a few hours later, my friend came over for the party and he had like a box from the liquor store, and we're emptying out this box. And after we take everything out of it, there's just a pink lighter in the bottom of the box. And I was like, is this yours? And he was like, no. Like, why would I have a pink lighter? And I was like, oh my God, the universe just sent me this lighter. Like, holy shit. I didn't even like try. I just was like, I want it. That's the real manifestational power. So if you can harness that, you don't have to convince yourself every day. But I mean, I live here too. I know that for the big things, for the important things, for the things that you felt for your whole life, the things that you have been bound by, the things that you believe, it takes a little bit more work. It takes daily attention, daily brainwashing, daily flipping of your thoughts in the moment. New affirmations, new beliefs, new story, new visualization all the time, okay? You can't set it and forget it for huge things. It's just like this is the way around it. This is the way getting around things that feel huge and feel big, because our evidence of the contrary gets in the way. You know, we're so used to experiencing something and reacting to it. Experiencing something, reacting to it. That's how we think the world works. We think that the world happens and then we experience it. Not true. What really happens is we dictate what happens to us, then it happens, and then we can either react to it, which makes it happen again, or we can ignore it, which just basically starves it out. So affirm the you that you want to be. Become that vibrational match. Think about what you from that reality who has always had that knowing. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? What is it like to be that version of you that has always felt beautiful? Because that's the reality you want to switch into. And then you have to stop entertaining any evidence of the contrary. You stop telling the old story. You stop saying people don't respect me. Why wouldn't they respect you? It's your world. You decide 100% all of it. Nothing really exists. So if you like, why create instances where people don't respect you? Fuck that. It's not worth it. What is my most shocking manifestation story? Probably my first time experiencing it. And I had been, I did a video about this if you want to check it out. It's really long. Actually, it's not as long as this. But it's called How I Manifested a Specific Person. If you want to look it up, it's about a year old. What happened with that is there was this musician that I really looked up to, and I was going. This is when I lived in Denver, and I was coming out here to LA for a trip. Actually, that just answered someone's question. Asked where I'm from. Yeah, I'm in LA. I'm from here. So I was living in Denver at the time, coming to LA for a trip, and I just knew that I was going to meet this person. I just knew it. I don't know why. And this is before I had read The Secret. This is before I knew about law of attraction. I had no clue about any of it. I was a slave to my thoughts and my expectations, and I was very negative. And I didn't even know what negative meant. I didn't know that like negative and positive. I had no clue what any of that meant. I'd heard like, oh, they're negative or negative energy. I didn't understand what that meant. It was just like it went over my head. It didn't even like register. So like I was completely, anyways. So I was going on this trip. It was a road trip, and so I was sitting in the car for hours, and I just had this like picturing me in a store, turning around and coming face to face like this with this person that I really admired and I wanted to meet. And I was like, I'm coming to their city. I just know I'm going to see them. I just know it. I just know it. And so little did I know, I was like visualizing this meeting with this person hardcore. Like I was fully stepping into that role because I was just playing it over and over and over and over and over and over. And like, you know how that happens when your brain, you just like, you start imagining something and you just go down the rabbit hole and you don't even realize that you're there and you just like doing that. That's what I did. So whatever, I knew I was going to meet this person on the trip. I didn't really like, I didn't know how it would come about. I thought, it's funny because I was visualizing it in a store, but I thought that it would happen in a bar because I just figured most likely I'll probably go out and that's where I'll see this person. Well, I was out shopping with my husband, and it was before H&M came to Denver. So there was only an H&M in LA. That was the closest one. And I had never been to it. I had this I had like probably 20 or 30 things like I wanted to try on. I was like, I am getting some shit at this store. And we're just shopping around, and my husband comes up out of the men's section, and he's just got this like look on his face. Like I know my husband, so I can just read his everything. And I'm sitting here like giddy with excitement of all these things I'm about to try on. And he walks over with this just like, ugh, kind of face, like he didn't want to be there anymore. He hated the clothes. There was a line for the fitting room, and I just could tell he was just not having it. And I don't know why, but like I told you guys, I have a short fuse if my fuse is lit. And his just like poo-poo attitude, I just snapped. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. And I just dumped everything I was holding. I just dumped it on a table, which I know is so mean. I've worked in retail. It's so rude. I just dumped everything I was holding on a table, and I just marched my ass out of that store. And it was upstairs. I had to go downstairs. I had to walk out of the building. And my husband is like, he immediately was like, oh, fuck. Like, he didn't want to piss me off. Like, it wasn't like he was trying. He just was upset because they didn't have anything he liked. But to me, I don't know why, it triggered the fuck out of me. And so I was like, I don't want to be in here anymore. So I go downstairs. I storm out the store, and I just take a right, and I just start walking. And I'm on a mall I've never been to. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just walking. And my husband is like trailing behind me like, babe, like, let's go back. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, like, I wasn't trying to be rude or whatever. And I was just like, no, I'm not going in there anymore. Fuck that. I'm not going to go in that store. But I was having this dialogue in my mind, two distinct voices. One of them going, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're not even mad. Why are you doing this? Like, my like rational mind was like, what are you doing? Like, you're trying all this, like, why? What's wrong with you? What are you doing right now? And this other voice going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. And I could not shake myself out of it. Like, I was literally being driven. I had never experienced anything like this. So finally, after storming all the way down the mall, I get to the end of it, and it was like an outdoor mall. And I get to the end, and it's just an escalator going up. There's no other choice but to go up. So I go up, and then when I reach the top of the escalator, right in front of me it's called Love Culture, but it's just like H&M or Forever 21, like the same kind of store. So I see the store, and I'm like, finally, my rational mind finally won out. And it was like, really? You're going to go in that store after you just stormed out of the other one and made a huge deal about it? No, bitch, you're not about to do that. So in that moment, that's when I switched that's when I got out of my, like, being driven. And so instead of going to the store like I knew I was supposed to, I knew I was supposed to go in there. I felt it was like, go in the store. Like that voice that had been driving me was like, here you are. We brought you here. Go in there. And then my rational mind was like, no, bitch, you're not going in there. You're acting crazy. You don't deserve to go in. Whatever I thought. So I walked past the store. It leads us to like a Nordstrom or something. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to go in fucking Nordstrom. Like, I don't want to go in there either. My husband catches up to me and he's like, babe, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. I just like felt like I didn't know what was happening to me. I just really was like taken over. And so he's like, let's go in the store. And I was like, okay, fine. So we turn around to go back in the store and that fucking person walks across into the store. And I was like, like my heart stopped. I couldn't look. I didn't look at them at all. I just kept like, I acted like I didn't see them. Because I'm very like, I don't be starstruck. I'm not going to like fawn over somebody. I refuse to like treat celebrities like they're any different or whatever. It's not a celebrity. It was just somebody that I really admired from like Instagram. And then my husband's like, did you see who that was? Did you see who that was? And I was like, yes, I saw it. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm like panicking internally. Like my whole body was like, ah! And so I was like, okay, now I guess I got to go in the store because they went into the store. But when I got in there, it switched from me going into the store because I was being driven there for something to me following that person in there. And like I just said, I'm not like that. I'm not going to like go and be really weird around a celebrity or any person just because I just don't want to. That's not me. That's not my style. So I went into the store after them and I was like trying to like, I recognized this was my moment. I knew that I was supposed to be, come face to face with them, but it wasn't right. It didn't feel right anymore. And I felt super awkward. I felt like I was trailing them around the store, like trying to be like, like trying to make it happen when it was had already been in progress. So I farted around the store for a little while and then I left or whatever. And it, nothing really came of it beyond that, but the impression was still made on me and it freaked me out. And so the first half of my trip was me like visualizing meeting this person. And my husband knew about it. So I had a witness, like he saw it. He knew he knew all of it. So it was like, I had, not only did I experience it, but I had a witness for every moment. Somebody else knew how fucking crazy and weird that what had just happened was. And so the rest of my trip and my road trip home was me going, did I predict that or did I make that happen? And I'm like, either one is really cool and I will go down that road and explore it and I'm totally for it, but I need to know if I predicted this or if I made it happen. Long story short, it was both. I made it happen and I felt it coming because I was the vibrational creator of it. I felt the vibrations of it in the beginning. I had the thought, I visualized the hell out of it, and then it came to pass. So yes, I predicted it. Yes, I made it happen, all of the above. That was the craziest thing because I had never experienced it. Now I've manifested people since then and I understand, I recognize it now. So it's not as like mind blowing, but that's what, that kind of led me to The Secret and to figuring out, like when I read The Secret, it's like, it tells you to like think back on a time when something like that happened so that it proves to you immediately that it's real. And I was like, oh my God, this is what was happening. I was manifesting. I didn't know I was visualizing. I didn't know that was possible. I didn't even know it was a thing. So, yeah, that was my craziest manifestation story. Oh yeah, and this is the funny part about it. So, there's a show on in the 90s, I'm going to show my age here, called Sister Sister. And it's like about these two twin girls that get separated at birth. They get adopted by other people. And then they're shopping in a store. And they're like shopping. And then they turn around and they come face to face. And it's like so I was visualizing that scene as me meeting this person. Like that was us. That's how and again, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know I was visualizing. I didn't know I was manifesting. That's just what was on my mind. So even though I thought I was going to meet them in a bar, remember, I thought that would be the most logical place because, I don't know their schedule, I don't know what they're doing. They probably go out and I might go out and be at the same place. That's what I assumed. But what I trained my mind on, what I impressed to my subconscious, and then what was replicated out from the universe and law of attraction was us in a store. And I didn't even realize that it was in a store, like I had visualized it, even though I thought it was going to be a bar, for like a year. I just realized that, like, I think I was making another video and I had the epiphany in my video because I was talking about it. And I was like, oh my God, not only did it happen, not only did I move another person that supposedly should have their own free will and is not in my mind, didn't know I even existed. Not only did I move them and myself, we both were moved to the same spot geographically in the world. Not only did I do that, but I also dictated where we were, where it was going to happen. And it happened in a store, and I had no, yeah. Anyways, so it mattered. Like, the details of your visualization matter. Especially, you know, if you're trying to replicate what something is, get clear on exactly what you want, because oh, here's another point I want to talk. Sorry, this is going to go on forever today. Another point of that is that I got in the way of my manifestation. When I stopped listening to my intuition and stopped being driven by that force, and finally was able to shake myself out of it and be like, what is wrong with you? I broke it, basically. And I know that if I had gone in that store when I got up the stairs, walked in and just gone in there like I was supposed to, it would have happened exactly like I would have been shopping, and I would have turned around and been like, holy shit, oh my God, this is that person. But because I kind of fucked it up, it happened differently, but it still happened. So the moral of that story, I don't know, trust yourself. Just listen to your intuition, because it's leading you and guiding you somewhere. If you decide that your world is whatever, you decide that good ideas come to you, you decide that you're an expert manifester, even something that broad, you will be brought to the places to show up exactly how you expect to show up. You know, the things that you want to experience will come to you in the way that you want to experience them. So be really careful about what you are thinking about and spiraling on and ruminating on, and just be mindful of it, because it's going to show up in your life again, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, whatever. You have to be careful, because you're the creative force at all times. Nothing else is bringing you anything. Nothing else is dictating anything. Nothing else is sending you anything. It's all you. So if you think, for instance, again, like you're not respected, you think you're going to walk into a room and everyone's going to laugh at your ideas, that's what's going to happen. Yay, thank you so much, Myra. I totally appreciate you coming, and I appreciate you asking questions, because I love to, again, I like answering them in real time and clarifying things for you. Okay, it's an hour and a half. Does anybody else have any questions I can address? Any limiting beliefs? Anything that you're trying to change? I'm gonna have some more coffee. If not on this live, you can always reach out to me via DM. Best place is to do it on my Roxy Talks Instagram, because that's where I get the least amount of messages, so it's easier for me to see them. Or please join my community. It is for women. No hate for the guys. I still will definitely work with you one-on-one, but my group is for women. It's just a little more. We got a band together. There's a bigger connection when it's live. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I like to do the one-on-one sessions. I do them over Skype or Google Chat, because I like to be able to see you face to face, and your facial cues, your reactions to things. Like, it makes a big difference. I can see like what weighs on you. I can see where the kinks in your hose are, and things like that. So it helps me address directly, you know, what you're dealing with. Hearing the tone of your voice, hearing the way you say things, hearing like what you believe and how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself makes a big difference, and it really helps me like laser target your issues, so that we can like get to the root, get to the problem, and then insert your new belief systems. I show you like how to think differently, what to think, or at least give you examples of where to take your new thoughts, and then how to deploy them, how to put them into your life, how to put them into practice, how to become that version of you that you wish to be. So, any other questions before we call it a day on this one? I do want to say, I just had a video out this last Friday about building confidence, and it's a two-parter. Part 2 will be out on Wednesday at noon, 12, like, yeah. So, I'm still trying to experiment with when to put out videos, how many to put out. My channel is still growing, so it seems like every time I try to put out more stuff during the week, my views on my main videos suffer. So until I am at the point when, we're getting there, thousands of views every week, thousands of views, thousands of followers. till we get to that point, I'll probably stick to the 1 video a week and then 1 live a week. I guess I could go live twice a week, but you know, for now we'll stick with the video on Friday and a live video on Monday. And then we do have the extra one coming out on Wednesday though. So you can set a reminder for that on YouTube. Remind yourself that that one's coming out. That one's a little more, the first one was just kind of confidence in general and just helping you like instill new beliefs and step into that like confidence of yourself. But the next one on Wednesday, it's all about social media and like keeping your vibes up and feeling good about yourself when you're going through your feed and you're looking at people's like perfect lives on the internet. Okay, good. I'm glad I was able to help you with that, Myra. I appreciate you again coming on and asking questions. Everybody that has watched and participated, and even if you didn't participate, even if you didn't watch, I still appreciate you being out there somewhere in the world. Don't forget that you can work one-on-one with me, RoxyLeeHart.com/GetMoreRoxyTalks. That is where you can sign up for one-on-one sessions. I will be hosting a free masterclass coming up soon. 5 secrets you need to know to manifest a specific person. And then you will be able to also, if you'd like, sign up for a workshop, Manifesting a Specific Person workshop with me directly. And we will get you to the point where you can get that the exact person that you are interested in being with, okay? So I appreciate everybody today. Happy Mindset Monday. Don't forget, you are worthy. There's no such thing as worthiness. Fuck that word. We're striking it from the dictionary. It doesn't exist. It's just a way to keep you in your own limitations that you set for yourself, which is bullshit anyways. So remember, you are worthy. You are worth it. You're beautiful, amazing, smart, creative, engaging, enthralling, magnetic people, and everybody loves to be around you. That's the story you need to tell from now on. And don't let any other notions or ideas or anything enter your frame of reference because they don't exist. It's not real. So we are all raising our vibrations together. You have the power. I believe in you. Thanks, guys. See you soon. I'm going to exit up out of the Facebook. Oh, wait. Is there another? Thank you. Appreciate you guys. See you. Don't forget to tune in Wednesday and Friday, next new Roxy Talks video. Bye.